For Kentucky, the last time we saw them, they were being swept in the national championship match. But a chance for the core of this team to come back and run it back. And man, that experience has got to mean something, Mary.
You can't insert experience without the time put in. And this early in the season, two teams that maybe talent-wise be close, it's often experience that wins a match.
Holly, when you look at Wisconsin and their new faces, who are you most excited to see?
I'm really excited to see a bunch of the players. I think Audrey Flanagan on the left side, fantastic all-around player. We're going to get to see Grace Lopez, Grace Egan, possibly on the opposite. So players like that who are stepping into big roles for Wisconsin.
So the whole roster, right?
Basically, there's a lot of talent.
11 of the 18 on their roster are new faces for Wisconsin. They've got the top-ranked recruiting class by several different outlets. And now it's time to get going. And Grace Lopez will step back to serve. Tuzzo gets it up to Brooklyn DeLay, who sets the ball over. And a swing from Audrey Flanagan, that freshman Holly just mentioned. DeLay bringing the heavy arm. Grace Egan can't tip it back over, and Kentucky takes the first point. The story of Brooklyn DeLay, it was in Nashville in September last year when she injured that left meniscus and kept it under wraps, didn't tell anybody, and played the whole season all the way to the championship.
I have so much respect for the toughness that Brooklyn showed all season, and we can talk about it in terms of hitting and blocking.
Transferred in last year from Purdue. Be interesting to see which serve Brooklyn DeLay goes with. She's gonna bomb it. And that one just long, but something she really wasn't able to do with that knee injury.
Correct, that's something we didn't see. And 2 years ago, it was one of her biggest weapons. She was one of the best servers in the country. So that's gonna definitely be an addition to her game and help Kentucky score.
And Grace Egan with a service error. They trade points there.
A lot of the teams we talked to prior to this match talked about having a big emphasis on serving. We're seeing a lot of topspin, some hybrid, bringing a lot of pop, but a lot of focus on the serving game, trying to get teams out of system so defenses can score.
Like Craig Skinner, Kentucky's head coach, told us it would impact whether you were a starter or not, your serve.
I think offenses are so fast these days. This is the status of collegiate women's volleyball that you have to do something. And a really tough serve gives your block at least a chance to slow down a fast offense.
Molly Tuzzo drops it short. Kristen Simon, the libero, takes it. And there is Audrey Flanagan, a freshman out of California, and Kelly Sheffield told us she can impact the game in multiple ways as a freshman, and that is rare. He mentioned Harper Murray, who's an All-American at Nebraska, as one of the few that came to mind.
To come in as a freshman and be a 6th rotation player and earn a spot on a program like Wisconsin as a starter, that says a lot about Audrey Flanagan's game.
Ava Travis will get a second attempt, trying to go cross court, and it's long. Travis, the transfer from UC Santa Barbara. Her and Flanagan getting the start on the left pin tonight. And here's Trinity Ward, a Louisville, Kentucky native, now playing in Lexington. Herbringer to Travis. Cassie O'Brien trying to get Kennedy Washington going on the slide. Well, we mentioned all the new faces for Wisconsin. 9 freshmen and several outfits outlets have this recruiting class for Kelly Sheffield as the #1 class. And keep in mind, Desilee's champion, who is playing with the Puerto Rican national team, she is not even with the program yet. She is still to come, just 16 years old. And she's expected to join the program around September 1st.
Kelly Sheffield brought in so much talent. We saw it yesterday at practice, and it was a really exciting practice to watch because of the size and athleticism and all the players wearing Wisconsin jerseys. It's really going to be fun to watch this team develop as the season goes on.
The kill for Ava Travis.
Holly talked about Flanagan's game. Her serve receive is what I love. She is so good passing, and that last.
With a very good eye, that ball looked very close to let drop.
We do have Bolt 6 in use, so no lines, people, as the computer is calling it. The camera's here. And you can see on your screen, it's clearly out. All right, speaking of bomb serves, here comes Grace Lopez. Tuzzo handles it beautifully. Out to Brooklyn, delay, kill it.
That's going to be huge as this match goes on. Grace Lopez as a left-hander doing the jump topspin serve. She slices it. Speaking from experience, when she was at Miami, she might have scored a few points
on your Florida
on our Florida Gators. And you just don't want her to get on a roll, get hot. Think about it, one and done. One serve, let's get her off the service line.
And last year we didn't see her because she re-tore her ACL in the spring. She was coming in to play opposite. Audrey Flanagan, I mean, she is not afraid of this stage.
Audrey Flanagan played with Charlie Furbringer in high school at Maricosta High School, and early on she knew she wanted to follow Charlie Furbringer to play for Wisconsin and with Charlie again, and she is loving being on the court with her.
Yeah, Charlie told us yesterday it did not take long for that connection to come right back between the two of them, and we've seen it already. Christian Simon sends it back over, and the tough serve from Delay. Flanagan. Cassie O'Brien feeding the middle with Lizzie Carr. Back to Carr out of the middle.
Love the repeat set by Cassie O'Brien, the sophomore setter. She was National Freshman of the Year. Smart play to continue to get that ball to Lizzie Carr, attacking that gap right at Charlie Furbringer. Comes up with the first dig, but second time, no luck.
And Brooklyn Delay finding her rhythm on this serve. Grace Egan with the tip. Gardy digs it up. Asia Thigpen, who is back to swinging on the left side, her natural position. She was in the opposite last year.
Took all those swings a year ago, most of them on the right side. Now switching positions again, but she swung that one like with confidence and might remember that arm swing. As we recruited Jayla out of high school, she always had a fast arm, and she gets on top of that ball, and it's so quick. And now combined with Charlie's setting, that dude is going to score a lot of points.
Yeah, Mary, of course, had the chance to coach Jayla Auguste at Florida. And Jayla Auguste and Charlie Furbringer are two of the 30 athletes on the AVCA Player of the Year preseason watch list. And Furbringer was one of the reasons Jayla wanted to come to Wisconsin.
Yeah, Charlie did some serious recruiting, I might add. Who wouldn't want to play with her?
I got Auguste and Furbringer. Free ball back to Wisconsin. Connections looking smooth with Auguste.
Watch Charlie Furbringer locate this ball fast to the pin, and Auguste gets on top of that so quickly for Wisconsin.
I was wondering how Jayla Auguste was going to look, guys, because she missed about 10 days up until recently. I think just got cleared.
Molly Tuzzo, we're working on the bro offense because she can run tempo. She can put that ball anywhere with her hands, and that's a huge asset for Kentucky.
And remember, in order for her as the libero to set with her hands, she has to be in the air in front of the 3-meter line. She cannot put her feet on the floor. So even more impressive. Trinity Ward serving at Flanagan. They're still trying to force it to Auguste, and Kentucky was ready. They hit 15 points first. Kentucky up 15-10 here in the opening set to start their season. And yes, they have heard every joke when it comes to their hair.
Yes, they have.
But man, the programs that they have built at their institutions are pretty impressive. They have both won national championships. Skinner in Kentucky in 2020, Kelly Sheffield in Wisconsin the year after in 2021. Jayla Auguste looks really happy to be a Badger right now, Holly.
The speed of the set between Furbringer to Auguste, the middle blocker will always be chasing, and that's the advantage that Wisconsin's going to have when Jayla Auguste is in the front row.
Ava Travis just got a solo stuff.
It was a broken play by Kentucky, so it was obvious where the ball was going, and that's the ones that you think your block should control, and that's exactly what you're going to get when you have a senior outside hitter blocking.
Kristen Simon returning as the bro this year. Brooklyn DeLay. Now, out of system meaning you're not in a perfect situation where you don't have all 3 attacking options available. And just a communication reminder.
Well, Skinner wants his middles to stay available even when they're chasing down balls and it's a chaotic play. He said, hey, call for a 2-ball so we have you as an offensive option, and our offense in transition isn't so predictable.
Kennedy Washington wins the battle with Travis. And that ends the 4-0 run out of the timeout.
Kennedy Washington running that slide for Kentucky, working off the outside hand.
Flanagan takes the pass. Travis takes the swing. Brooklyn DeLay with the kill. They got a perfect dig right from Molly Tuzzo, their libero.
And there you see Brooklyn just unload. But it starts with that dig, Molly Tuzzo being Molly. Watch how hard Brooklyn swings that. She put everything in that one.
DeLay's got 3 kills, no errors to start, plus 4 digs. And that just worked for Audrey Flanagan.
Flanagan from the back row takes a little something off of it, sneaks it past the block.
Oh, tough serve from Furbringer. Tipped over by DeLay. Travis going after it. O'Brien backside to Washington, tips, in flies Simon. Travis off hands.
How about the defense we're seeing? Charlie Furbringer picked up some really nice ball, kept her team in the play, and then
Ava Travis already 5 kills in this set for Wisconsin. Cassie O'Brien getting aggressive.
Taking advantage of her length and size at the net on a pass on, which has to be first priority block. Identify, is that pass on? And can that setter attack that second ball?
And talk about carrying a big load, a true freshman last year in Cassie O'Brien, who after the first few matches of the season became their starting setter. went on to be the National Freshman of the Year and a second-team All-American, and played in the national championship match where this Kentucky team lost to Texas A&M. Grace Egan swinging on the left. And Cassie O'Brien, after last season, even though it was so successful, she went in and got after it in the weight room, and that's paying dividends right now with her strength.
It certainly is. Cassie O'Brien looks like a different athlete, very strong. Look at the difference in the weights that she's pushing, the speed, the agility, the vertical, all those things. She got in the gym, got after it, and she looks so much stronger, moving better on the court for Kentucky.
Yeah, we noticed a difference as soon as we walked in the gym. It's impressive, Madison.
Coach Skinner told me that him and Cassie now have an inside joke. Whenever she makes a crazy dig, lays out, gets something crazy up, they say Cassie wouldn't have gotten that ball last year. And you can tell the work that she put in the weight room has really paid off.
Yeah, absolutely. And she just came back ready to go in her sophomore season. One of those 4 players on Kentucky's roster on the watch list for Player of the Year. Flanagan stopped Lizzie Carr. Woo!
That is one formidable block. You've got 6'6" and 6'6" over there. You're going to watch as matches go on, setters are going to have to work away from Gardy and Carr together because they take up so much room.
Well, that forces a timeout by Wisconsin as Kentucky has hit 20 points first, going to 25. Let's listen to the Wisconsin side.
A little bit smaller block down the line and try to work that. Off blocker, you can get in the donut. That's a great shot over there. Underneath this kid is going to be a little bit tougher. All right, get your timing and get in there. Drive like you're wanting that ball. Okay. All right. Get on this. Here we go. Go.
Kelly Sheffield reminding his middle attacker to drive and hold that middle blocker so Audrey Flanagan doesn't have 6'6" Lizzie Carr in her face. She also said that shot inside the block is a little tough with that kid over there, that 6'6" Lizzie Carr shutting down the angle. But that's a formidable block for Kentucky. You want to scheme away from them and make them move.
Yeah, Morgan Gardy at 6'5" on the right side, and then Lizzie Carr next to her at 6'6" in the middle. I mean, whoa.
But then you've got Brooklyn DeLay on the left side, who's no schlump either, blocking.
She's only 6'2", Holly.
Well, she's pretty amazing.
Oh, he can try to turn it down the line and a bit wide.
We talked about why this is a good rotation for Kentucky because of their blocking. But we also have in Cassie O'Brien a really good server. Let me not do that jinx thing. But they're going to be able to run points with her serve and these blockers.
What makes her serve tough?
Well, one of the things you see in setters is they've always taken a ton of serving reps, but she makes great hand contact, and the ball is flat and low to the tape of the net. It gets on you fast.
She sets up Lizzie Carr in the middle, and some scrappy plays and a swing from Carr lead to a point.
The connection with O'Brien and Carr has been something they've really worked on. Lizzie Carr did some work to strengthen her core. When you're in the air and you've got a long body, strong cores really help, and that's something she's done. Kentucky up 22 over
10 of the best volleyball teams in the nation are playing here. It's our second match tonight, as we have already seen Louisville take down the reigning national champion Texas A&M. Kentucky 3 points away from taking this set, and Wisconsin gets a point out of their last timeout that they've called in this set. No more remaining.
Freshman Linny Tarnow, 6'5", big presence defensively and offensively, and Kelly Sheffield wanted a kill out of the middle. Important to diffuse that big block on the right side.
Kelly Sheffield told us, too, he's in no hurry to set his lineup, that we could see changes not just through tonight, but through the first few matches of the season. He's got a lot of weapons to play with. And Brooklyn DeLay steps back to serve as Kentucky needs just 2 more points to win this set. Her serve gets Kentucky a free ball. Cassie O'Brien feeding the middle and Lizzie Carr, and it's set point.
You wouldn't have seen that last year nearly as often to be able to manage that. What a great swing.
And on that last serve, guys, Brooklyn DeLay hit 57 miles per hour.
We have a new leader in the clubhouse in serve speed, I think.
Second set point on the way for Kentucky after Grace Egan gets the swing and the kill, and now she will serve. An ace for Egan.
Grace Egan bombed one down the line and then goes and dials up a service ace. She's one of the fantastic athletes on this Wisconsin team and just finds a seam between Tuzzo. Solo block, Morgan Gardy at 6 foot.
O'Brien trying to set DeLay, who's on the right side. Egan, dug up by Tuzzo. Audrey Flanagan with the swing and the kill. That freshman's got 6 kills to start her career.
That freshman is killing it in all parts of the game. Yes, the swing, but I've been so impressed. I know about the passing, but I'm watching her serving and some of the things she's doing blocking.
Grace Lopez tagging that back line. She's an excellent opposite as well, but right now just playing as a serving sub for Wisconsin.
Just tags that line. High risk, high reward on that serve. Overpass. That's the second time Brooklyn DeLay's serve has resulted in an overpass.
When you have that kind of server, your front row actually has to be on high alert. There was an overpass they didn't manage earlier, but this time Asia was all over this. She was anticipating it and delivered.
59.3 on that. We're going up.
And she get to 60.
Yeah.
Let's see it, Brooklyn.
Just long. Again, if you're just joining us, Brooklyn DeLay played with a torn meniscus in her left knee last year. Didn't tell anybody, played the whole season with it. And that affected the serve that you just saw from her. She was not able to jump and put that power behind it because of the injuries.
Cassie O'Brien is set behind her just a little bit tight. She needs to pull those sets off the net to give her attacker more room to swing. You see it go tight.
Holly's 6'5", so that's an adjustment right there in setting her.
Definitely, and that's something Cassie O'Brien and Morgan Gardy worked on this summer, trying to figure out the height and speed where she needed the ball on the right side.
Jayla August went a little quiet, but she's back.
Going into that sweet spot in the middle of the net where you're too far from the pin blockers to be of any help. That's one-on-one, and with Jayla August's fast arm, that's going to be a kill.
Jayla August, the Florida. August.
Wisconsin block doing work laterally. They got her once on the left, they reset, then they get the block on the other side. Charlie Furbringer, Jayla August with the late close.
Grace Egan drops it in.
The topspin jump serve can be such a weapon when you can find deep corners like that. If it's coming right at a passer's platform, not that hard to pass, but it's those deep balls that are tough to track.
3 aces for Wisconsin tonight.
It's her decision making, because that was the right time to do it. When the ball was on the net, you could sense the block was moving, and that was a perfect way to kill that ball.
And you know the block's worried about Jayla August too, because they know they got to chase her.
Yeah, as they should be worried about Jayla Auguste. Gardy in.
Morgan Gardy has so much range, finding that deep cross-court angle.
A huge get for Kentucky. Remember, Kentucky last year was really heavy on the left side when it came to their offense with Eva Hudson and Brooklyn DeLay. That carried them all the way to the national final. Craig Skinner looking to be a little bit more balanced this year across the front. Can't stop it.
What Holly described, it's the speed, the time from the ball leaving the setter, Charlie's hands, to Jayla Auguste getting her hand and getting her arm through it. It's so fast. That is really difficult for any left side blocker.
It reminds me of what we saw Texas A&M do to teams with the speed of the ball to the pins. The other team was always chasing.
And all they did was win a national championship. We were talking about this Kentucky offense last year. You see the load that Eva Hudson and Brooklyn DeLay carried. In fact, Brooklyn DeLay was 31% of Kentucky's kills last season. Kentucky already has 7 players with a kill so far in this match, but they got to find a way to slow that down.
This is a Wisconsin team who could put points on the board. Offensively, they need to be able to stop Kentucky defensively with their block, and we saw them do that at the beginning of this set.
And they're going to call Wisconsin interfering with the set.
The beauty of having a tall setter is that's a tight ball, but Cassie O'Brien is able to go up and get it above the top of the tape and still set it. A shorter setter is not going to be able to make that play.
And Cassie O'Brien being listed at 6'1". Delay. Dug up by Flanagan. Tarno gets a swing in the middle. Flanagan diving out with one arm. And then tooling the block is Ava Travis. And a couple of big plays in that rally from the freshman Audrey Flanagan. Short serve from Furbringer. Molly Tuzzo there. Brooklyn DeLay with a punch. Wisconsin got it back over. DeLay take 2.
Repeat set. Cassie O'Brien going back out to the pin. So the block on the other side of the net has to reset and then chase again. And Brooklyn DeLay's able to hammer through that block with so much power.
Brooklyn DeLay 5 kills, no errors, also 5 digs. Furbringer setting Flanagan out of the back row. There's going to be a double contact called on Kentucky. Lizzie Carr out of the middle has been fire.
Lopez is ripping her serve, but it's going right at Molly Tuzzo, who just delivers it to O'Brien. And then the seam ball, Lizzie Carr, so confident, driving that to the ground.
She's got 4 kills, hitting over 570. And then an ace for Brooklyn DeLay. Kentucky's within 1. This was 63.8 miles per hour. Grace Egan, oh my!
What a pass on the tough serve by DeLay, and Egan has proved that she likes that line. Kentucky should make that adjustment, make her hit the other part of the court.
Charlie Furbringer is doing such a good job getting the ball to her right side that allows her to hit the ball line. Such a great set, too.
Because Cassie O'Brien has established Lizzie Carr on that gap set, that opens things up for Brooklyn DeLay to hit that Bic out of the back row, right down the middle.
I think that's where Cassie O'Brien's game has evolved, is that she didn't give away that set. You couldn't read that. It was really well executed.
Furbringer goes backside to Egan, and it's long. Kentucky ties it at 13.
Kentucky has a smaller block on the left side with Asia Thigpen. Look for Furbringer to go right side to Egan.
Said she'll set Audrey Flanagan, and Flanagan says, hey, come at me, 6'5" blocker.
Audrey Flanagan turning it outside. Morgan Gardy's right hand slipping it by the line. That's a tough swing against a big block by Flanagan.
Flanagan's got 7 kills tonight. O'Brien goes to Gardy. I mean, how big is it that not only do you just get Morgan Gardy out of the portal, but then you ask her to totally change position. She's never played on the right side in her career, and she bought into that.
She did, and Craig Skinner told us that for Morgan long-term to play pro, opposite is going to be her position. Is she willing to move over there? She accepted the challenge, and we're just seeing the beginning of her career over there.
Yeah, that was a conversation they had in the recruiting process once she went in the transfer portal. Brooklyn DeLay gets a swing off out of the back row from a bump set from Trinity Ward.
You can tell Brooklyn DeLay is healthy because that was not an easy ball to get her feet to. Kentucky now up in the second set, 15 over Wisconsin.
Rematch of last year's national semifinal. It saw Kentucky take down the Badgers in 5 sets and advance to the championship match. It's a 6-2 run right now. What'd you hear on the Kentucky side, Madison?
Coach Skinner was very positive. He said we're doing a much better job out of system. And then Brooklyn DeLay spoke up and said, blockers, stay in one seam, make them hit around you. We know their tendencies.
Short serve there by Trinity Ward. Brooklyn DeLay and Morgan Gardy each have 4 kills in this set. Audrey Flanagan. Tuzzo takes it. Kennedy Washington off 1 foot. Travis. Stuffed.
Kennedy Washington, the middle right there you're looking at, jumps, her jump reach is over 10-4. She has to work so hard as what we call an undersized middle, and she does, and she's always done that. It's one of her greatest strengths is just her effort and how hard she's going to work to close the block.
A service error ties this game up at 16 all here in set 2. They'll try Washington again. Dug up by Egan. Furbringer over to Travis. Molly Tuzzo with a pancake. Travis Long.
Molly Tuzzo flying in under that ball, gets her hand under it for a pancake dig, and that keeps Kentucky in the rally, and this ball hit long.
How about a pancake that gets the ball high enough that the setter can actually, and Cassie worked, she got low, she got under that ball. I think a year ago, Cassie might have used her arms to set that ball. But because of her leg strength now, she was able to go low and deliver a ball to the outside.
And Wisconsin is going to challenge this. Charlie Furbringer, the captain, was over talking to the up official along with Kelly Sheffield. You get 2 challenges per match. If you're correct in your challenge, you get to keep it. We're trying to confirm what they're challenging. We don't have the PA mic in the arena for the officials here.
Yes, net touch.
It does. They call a net violation on Wisconsin.
I'm going to tell you, Craig Skinner is one of the very best. I don't know what his career record is on challenges, but it has to be pretty good.
Chris Scholes would know. It's pretty good. And you saw these 2 longtime friends in Kelly Sheffield and Craig Skinner, both with smiles laughing after this back-to-back challenges. Well, it's Kentucky's point. Ava Travis, no question there. That's a point, Wisconsin.
I love the heat of her arm. So there's what Charlie Furbringer is able to do is just create a little bit of seam for that middle to close, and an arm speed like that, like Ava Travis's, is going to get the ball through.
Lizzie Carr coming around off 1 foot behind Cassie O'Brien.
We've seen Lizzie Carr on that gap ball, that 3-set, but now driving behind the setter when Cassie O'Brien's front row. See the same type of connection with her setter, well executed by Kentucky.
Craig Skinner going into the season looking for more balance, and we're seeing that. Flanagan soaring from the back row. Brooklyn DeLay will take this. Grace Egan, roofed.
If you're an outside hitter, you do not want that ball dying inside anywhere near Lizzie Carr because she's so disciplined with that press and that inside left hand on the block for Kentucky.
So Wisconsin is going to take a timeout here as they trail by 2 in this set.
Go high, or hey, what blocker is up there for them? Is that the setter? Big kid is up there, so you got a ball up there, and so you got that. Send them nice little short tip, and then get in there. Okay. All right. Hey, keep battling here. Let's go. Come on.
Here we go.
Big kid being Morgan Gardy.
Yes.
At 6'5" on the right.
But I thought Cassie O'Brien was up. Let's see.
No, Gardy was just up there blocking with Carr.
Okay.
It was.
Yep.
It was the formidable block that we spoke of earlier.
We got to name that block something, right?
The Great Wall of Kentucky.
Is it a Cardi?
Ooh.
Carr and Gardy?
Yeah, I like it.
We'll workshop that.
Yes.
Oh, Lenny Tarno out of the middle.
I like the strategic short serve by Kentucky, but Wisconsin handles it. Look at Grace Egan slide under this ball, lift it, and allows Charlie Furbringer to run that ball to freshman Tarno in the middle.
Flanagan won't get the call. It is long, no touch on it. And it puts Kentucky to 20 points first with one of their best servers behind the service line in Brooklyn DeLay. She's already ripped one off at 63 miles per hour. Tarner going behind Furbringer.
defensive specialist Anna Bodaro from Italy, just delivering a dime, perfect pass, and Charlie Furbringer is going to have a field day running that middle attack.
Gardy couldn't get it over. It hit into the tape, and it's tied at 20.
From Cassie O'Brien, she pushed that ball to the net, allowing Gardy to go up and get it and go over the block.
Now, they talked about how important it was for Gardy to come in early so that she could rep this new position with Cassie O'Brien, plus getting used to Cassie setting 6'5" behind her. Knotted at 21. You do have to win by 2 as we race to 25 points.
Now the jump top spin from Grace Egan.
Service error. She's gotten a couple of aces off of that tonight.
And you said it earlier, it is true, it's high risk, high reward, but I think our game is evolving that you're gonna have to take risks. Offenses are too good, and it's just gonna be part of our game. And it's early season. We'll get rid of some of those service errors.
Furbringer pushing it to Flanagan, looking for the line, got it.
Cassie O'Brien giving Audrey Flanagan some line in the crossbody by the freshman. Finds it.
Flanagan's up to 8 kills now as she ties this at 22. Back row delay. Travis off hands.
A great set by Cassie O'Brien, and that she led Brooklyn Delay, allowed her to broad jump so that she's going to hit this at a really high contact point. And a great set.
And the tempo of that set is so quick that the block cannot get more than 2 hands in front of it.
Trinity Ward digs a gust. Can't dig that. Ava Travis tied at 23. .8 miles per hour on that kill from Travis. What an up from Flanagan. It is set point Kentucky. Ava Travis tips over the block. And that drops, so we're tied at 24. You have to win by 2.
Ooh. Almost got under that.
Close, yeah.
Wow. Oh. I thought she got.
Oh, we're being told it hit the antenna, which means it's automatically out. Furbringer grazing the tape. Lizzie Carr in the middle, right at Furbringer. The second set point, Kentucky.
Charlie Furbringer wants that one back for Wisconsin. She was right there, just too much heat off her arms.
Now Gardy rotates to the front row. These are 3 very, very good blockers for Kentucky.
Bastion point. And Kentucky leads this match 2-0.
Really dedicate to bunch blocking and crowding Lizzie Carr on that gap set.
You talked about Jayla August, who will rotate in here in a couple of rotations, being out. One of the things, blocking is such a rhythm. Like you need to be on the court and practicing it, and Jayla hasn't been.
And Wisconsin has made a change at their libero position, by the way, as Kristen Simon got the start, but Ana Bardaro is now in the libero jersey, number 2 in the red. They have been battling for that spot in the preseason.
And Bardaro, a freshman from Italy.
There's Kristen Simon on the serve. Tougher serve. Oh, and Grace Lopez, too, is in the front row for Wisconsin, so making a lot of changes here.
And that's exactly what Kelly Sheffield told us he was willing to do. Lots of different lineups. He didn't feel like he could settle into one lineup for some time, and he's showing us tonight.
Backside to Lopez. Gardy with the tip. Lopez is there. Furbringer goes to Flanagan on the outside. Lopez dug by Tuzzo. Brooklyn DeLay is going to set up Gardy.
A dig by Molly Tuzzo. Grace Lopez, the lefty, taking a full swing, like her first swing in the front row, maybe in 17 months in a live match. And Tuzzo, the libero for Kentucky, just sticks it.
That one's going to be long for Flanagan, and Kentucky's out to a 3-1 lead. Remember, Wisconsin has to win this set to extend the match.
Cassie O'Brien is really skilled at attacking a certain spot on the court and just creating a little bit of a tweak in the pass so Charlie Furbringer can't run the exact offense she wants to.
Tarno behind her sends it out of bounds.
The leadership aspect of Charlie Furbringer's game continues to grow. She's surrounded by all new starters.
Tarno in front this time, and that works.
Smart play getting Tarno at 6'5", big offensive window and power. Kill one-on-one out of the middle.
Yeah, Tarno, a freshman out of Illinois. And she has dreamed of playing at Wisconsin since she went to her very first camp with the Badgers. Jayla August. Flanagan back up to swing on this. O'Brien in the middle to Carr, who's been so good. Dug up by Simon. Gardy. Lopez rejected. Morgan Gardy, give me a party.
This is early season rally.
And Morgan Gardy, that time blocking on the left side against Grace Lopez. Very comfortable from that left side of the court.
Yeah, her natural position, she's moved to the right side since she's transferred to Kentucky. And Lopez with the response after she started this set in the opposite. We just saw her serving in the first 2 sets.
And serving from coming off the bench is much harder. It'll be interesting to see if Grace Lopez is going to play 6 rotations. Is she going to take her serve to another level?
From Cassie O'Brien, reversing the flow and going all the way back high enough and wide enough that Gardy could tee off on it.
And that she did. A seam in the block. Gardy went to another level, got her arm through fast.
You heard Kelly Sheffield tell Madison that Kentucky's just playing so smooth offensively right now. They only have 4 errors, and they've only hit out of bounds 1 time.
Big swing from Flanagan out of system. Not an easy one against the Kentucky block, but able to find a point.
The thing that would amaze me in the recruiting process watching Audrey Flanagan, she's no bigger now than she was in high school.
And she went early in January to put on some muscle. You don't see those muscles?
Come on.
She's not going to be happy with you, Mary.
No telling what she's going to look like after a couple years. But she, to be able to generate that kind of heat with those narrow shoulders, it's so impressive.
She's whippy.
She is whippy.
I will say one of the best moments in watching practice yesterday was afterwards. Kelly Sheffield brought Audrey over. He goes, I want to introduce her to Mary, to our Mary Wise now.
And I got to say, Kelly, I know Audrey. She told us no. Just a highlight of my day.
Kentucky has been very smart with who they're attacking and serve, receive, what part of the court. Look at this ball go all the way wide, right in the seam.
Travis flying up in the air.
Furbringer isolating Travis on that pin. Washington thought Furbringer was going the other way, and every one-on-one, usually advantage hitter.
You know, Kelly Sheffield called her Travis fearless, and I can see why. Like, she's going to go up there and get her money's worth. She's going to take a full rip. She's not just managing balls. She will when she has to, but you can see she loves to bring the heat.
He told us she was an absolute beast, and he was super excited to have her for multiple years, not just one.
Isabel Hoppe, the backup setter, is a freshman, and like you said early, Mary Wise, setters are usually really good servers, and this is a good one that catches Asia Thigpen high down that line.
That one's going over. Free ball back to Wisconsin. Flanagan out of the back row. Big pin. Can't turn it down the line, too wide. 3-0 run for the Badgers. The freshman sitter, Isabel Hoppe. Hoppe gets there. Free ball back to Kentucky. Delay once again, back row. It's in.
The power this year that we're seeing from Brooklyn Delay is so impressive. We did see it 2 years ago, but with the injury last year, we didn't see the same kind of pop and power. The whole body unloads and gets through that ball.
It was last year at one of the very first matches in Nashville. Brooklyn Delay tore that meniscus and kept it quiet, didn't tell anybody, played with it the entire season. Delay on the left side, all right.
I think what Wisconsin tried to do by serving short, take the middle out, get a predictable ball to the outside. So at that point, two blockers, and Delay was going to have no part of it. She's going to get that arm through, even though two blockers had the advantage that time.
Guys, she doesn't have an attacking error.
That's impressive.
We're in the third set. Flanagan back row. Delay. Rejected by Tarno.
I'd see the fans recognize it. Stop her. Stop 17, finally.
We watched Linny Tarno yesterday. We're impressed by her size and blocking ability. And Kelly Sheffield very confident in her defense at the net, shutting down Delay there for Wisconsin.
You're looking forward to blocking in terms of can they hold their hands. I mean, think of how hard Brooklyn Delay hits the ball. that when that ball is hitting into your blocking hands above your head, it doesn't blow you up, we call her, or you pull your arms back. No, not at all. That was a solid block.
Grace Lopez in for the Badgers. Kristen Simon to serve.
It's taken Wisconsin a second. Remember, they shifted their lineup to start this set, so just trying to figure out how they're supposed to sub back in. Wisconsin's on a 5-2 run. Kristen Simon serving. Started the game in the libero jersey, but since it's gone to Bardaro.
Carr has taken her game to another level. She really has. Just the confidence in front, behind, the way she makes herself available as an attack option. It's really fun to watch the elevation of her game.
Wisconsin within one.
There's so many times in the match where Charlie Farbringer is just going to make a play like she did on that last one. It just goes for another play. She's back row. She's having to come from back row on a tight pass, reaches high, makes that set, locates. She makes that look easy. That is not an easy set.
Agreed.
An elite setter. One of the best on that National Player of the Year watch list. And Kentucky's back up by 3. Hit the tape and rolled out for Brooklyn DeLay. Egan's serve goes long. Farbringer, the slide to a Gus. Molly Tazo gets there. Free ball back to Kentucky. DeLay back row. In.
Wow.
Where did Molly Tazo come from to get that ball?
Incredible play off the block to keep that alive. And then when you've got Brooklyn DeLay.
Earlier tonight, Texas A&M, who won the national championship last year, was taken down by Louisville in 4 sets. And here, Kentucky is up in the 3rd set, looking to close out this match over Wisconsin, a rematch of last year's national semifinal. Courtney Lyle, Mary Wise, Holly McPeak, and Madison Fitzpatrick with you. Gardy with the tip. Charlie Farbringer is going to run Jayla Gust on the slide, and Wisconsin gets a point out of that timeout, Madison.
And a big talking point in their huddle, in Wisconsin's huddle, was defense. Coach Sheffield said defending the go. They're not hitting a lot of sharp angles. So let's go ahead and shift our defenders more towards the line. Get some digs here.
Kentucky's offense has just been so fluid and so strong to start this season. They returned so many pieces from the team that played in the national championship match last year. And you can tell.
Charlie Farbringer, the right front blocker, moved inside to help on that gap ball. Beautiful assist block by the right sider. Also known as the setter.
On that play, you can call her assist blocker.
Yeah.
Well, we've been talking about this Kentucky team last year. Look how much they returned. I mean, 61% of their kills, 90% of their assists, 79% of their digs. The main weapon they lost was Eva Hudson on the outside, and that was pretty much it.
Well, we expected them to start the season with all this returning talent and experience. We expected them to start very strong. Wisconsin has lots of question marks. I mean, they've got so much talent, and they need to figure out what exactly they're going to look like at the end of the season.
Kennedy Washington with a block.
Craig Skinner talked about the work that Kennedy Washington did. He said, look, she took a big jump, both offensively and defensively. Yes, she's undersized in the middle, but look at her get out and close to Cassie O'Brien for that block.
Asia Thigpen will get the swing off. And that is in, and there were some crazy digs by the Littles for Kentucky. Largest lead for the Cats.
Asia Thigpen tags that back line. She's got a big arm, had kind of a quiet night, but does all the little things. Fantastic ball control. And Craig Skinner likes the way that she's able to manufacture points with her arm.
Hey, I want to see if we can chip this.
Slide hit her out. See if she does the same.
What'd you hear on the Kentucky side, Mads?
Well, Mary said they were playing clean, they're playing confident, and that's exactly what that huddle was about. Really not much talking strategy, just confidence and singing Sweet Caroline.
And Trinity Ward did go after it, take Flanagan out. Asia Thigpen just making it happen.
I love that. That was strength. She went up there, wiped that ball off the block, pure strength.
And I think she's going to get more and more comfortable back in her natural position as they play more matches. Remember, she played on the right side last year.
Completely agree.
Furbringer up to Travis. Oh, Cassie O'Brien. How about a solo block for the setter?
And fantastic eye work by Cassie O'Brien. They ran that ball inside. She was all by herself and gets right in front of it. Quick hands over the net. Nothing better than a solo block.
You want to talk about a dream for a setter? Cassie O'Brien may be seeing that all night. A solo block for a setter.
And the entire bench just lost their minds on that play. Well, Wisconsin has used its final timeout as Kentucky is now up 7, just 5 points away from taking this match. And Wisconsin already back on the floor, ready to go. For Wisconsin, we've talked about the new pieces, especially the freshmen coming in, but you combine that with the fact that Kelly Sheffield has been open and saying, I have made this toughest schedule I've ever had at Wisconsin. So all these new pieces, and now they got to play a gauntlet of a schedule.
If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And I think all these coaches know that. Starting with Kentucky and Louisville, then you've got Stanford, Pitt, Florida. I mean, there's no games off. And then you've got A&M, who's going to be better, you know, by September 11th, and then Texas. So
and then playing in the Big Ten.
Yeah,
just that.
Just that.
But Wisconsin will be a better team from this experience tonight and the ones that follow. They're so young. They're probably still passing out the policies of a road trip when you have that many young players on game day. They have so much talent, they'll continue to get better.
And I think how they finish this match could be important too moving forward. They've got to turn around and play Louisville tomorrow. Ava Travis, that's a good start.
And Charlie Furbringer repeats that set, brought Travis inside, and Travis goes off the hands of the block that time, avoiding the...
And Kelly Sheffield told us he's in no hurry to set his lineup. He expected changes. We saw him shuffle things around heading into this third set. In fact, they haven't even played an A team and a B team in practice. They've been constantly rotating and playing different combinations. Travis coming after it. Inside the court, too.
Brooklyn DeLay talking to Asia Thigpen about what's available offensively on that left pin for her.
Thigpen's going to take it. Furbringer bump sets Travis. And she's blocked Kennedy Washington.
It's a pretty fun battle happening at the net here. Big swings, big blocks. And this is, again, I go back to, it's still early season. This is like some really good stuff on day one.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's day one of the season. And 10 blocks for Kentucky, 4 for Wisconsin. Coming back over. O'Brien feeds DeLay. Speaking of blocks.
Ball set a little bit low to DeLay on that pin. I would have liked to see her crush that overpass. I was surprised she took it back to her setter.
Flanagan with a big dig. Kennedy Washington just camping out for it.
Sometimes those over digs, over passes are a little scary. They hang in the air, but Kennedy Washington very confident taking it and throwing it back down.
Kentucky needs 3 more points to win this match. Bryn Koval, the transfer from Arizona State, stepping in to serve. Madison Quest gets a swing for Wisconsin. DeLay tips. Saved by Furbringer. Travis punched it a little too far. Lindy Tarno has given them some really good points.
She certainly has, and I know we've talked a lot about Audrey Flanagan, but when a freshman can step in and put that ball in Furbringer's hands, you need to have her on the court, and Tarno's been a very nice offensive and defensive weapon for Wisconsin.
I think they're finding some pieces early on here. I like what they have on the left side. I think one of the biggest growth area will be blocks, though.
Lizzie Carr off of 1 foot. Tardo tips. Yes, it dropped. Kristen Simon trying to keep this momentum going for the Badgers. Service error makes it match point Kentucky.
Morgan Gardy coming back in the match for Kentucky. That means that Kentucky's front row is huge, and Cassie O'Brien on the back row serving. Yesterday, and I think Wisconsin has a bright future. We knew their offense was going to be in front of their defense.
And tomorrow we'll see them take on Louisville here in Milwaukee. This Kentucky team, they'll be in action once again on Sunday against Pitt, who was also a national semifinalist last year. But this Kentucky offense, guys, 385, just 8 attacking errors. They had 4 players with 7 or more kills. We're seeing some of that balance they've